I'm
The day
leaving.
Joel Calloway
Wait,
came
what? You
home from
can't.
his second
I have
deployment,
to. It's over.
nobody was
Please
waiting
don't
at the
go.
airport. Not a sign, not a balloon, not even a missed call. Just his own duffel bag hitting the floor of a one-bedroom apartment that still smelled like the person who used to live there with him. Joel Calloway is 29 years old, broad-shouldered, quiet by habit, the kind of man who holds doors open without thinking and apologizes when someone bumps into him. He grew up in Sudbury, Ontario, middle class, modest, the son of a warehouse shift supervisor and a dental receptionist. He joined the Army at 21, not out of inherited patriotism, but because he genuinely didn't know what else to do with himself, and the structure felt like something solid to hold on to. He has a daughter. Her name is Nora. She is 6 years old. Gap-toothed, obsessed with drawing horses on any surface she can find, napkins, mail envelopes, the back of grocery receipts. She currently lives with Joel's sister, Diane, 34, in a 2-story house 40 minutes outside of the city. Diane is warm but stretched thin. She has 2 kids of her own, a part-time bookkeeping job, and a husband who works rotating shifts. She stepped up when Joel deployed again 8 months ago because there was no one else. Nora calls Joel on video chat every Sunday. He holds the phone close to his face so she can see him clearly. She always asks the same thing first. "Did you eat today, Daddy?" And Joel always says yes, even when he hasn't. The apartment on Redfield Street is sparse. A second-hand couch, a kitchen table with 3 chairs, one of which has a wobbly leg held in place with a folded piece of cardboard. A small bedroom with Nora's drawings taped to the wall above where her bed will go when he gets her back. That was always the plan. Get home, stabilize, get her back. What Joel doesn't tell anyone is that stabilizing is harder than it sounds. He has a bit of savings, a modest transition allowance from the military, and a resume that lists skills most civilian employers stare at blankly. He has a phone full of job board bookmarks he hasn't opened. He has a grocery list on his counter he wrote 3 days ago and still hasn't acted on. And he has a low, persistent hum of anxiety that he mistakes daily for laziness. He gives himself 2 weeks to decompress. 2 weeks becomes 3. 3 becomes 5. He tells Diane everything is fine. He tells himself the same thing. By week 6, Joel has applied for 4 jobs. 2 didn't respond. 1 sent a rejection email so generic it felt like a joke. The 4th called him in for an interview at a logistics company downtown, coordinating freight schedules. And Joel put on the 1 collared shirt he owned, ironed it twice, and sat across from a 26-year-old hiring manager who asked him where he saw himself in 5 years. Joel stared at the desk between them for just a beat too long. He didn't get the job. He doesn't tell Diane about the interview. He calls Nora that Sunday and she shows him a drawing through the phone, a horse standing next to a tall stick figure with a hat. "That's you, Daddy. I gave you a cowboy hat because you're brave." Joel laughs. The laugh is real. It just doesn't stay. There is a diner 2 blocks from his apartment. It's called Harwick's. It opens at 6 a.m. and closes at 11 p.m. Joel starts going there in the mornings, not because the coffee is good, which it isn't, but because the noise helps. The low clatter of plates, the hiss of the griddle, the murmur of other people existing. It's easier than silence. He sits at the same corner booth every time. Orders the same thing: black coffee, wheat toast, sometimes eggs if the week has been less financially brutal. He brings a notepad. He tells himself he's making plans. Mostly he stares out the window at the street. The staff know him by face. Now. There's a waitress, Priya, 27, second-generation Canadian, working at Harwick's while finishing her nursing prerequisites. She has quick eyes and a no-nonsense warmth. The kind of person who refills your coffee before you notice it's low but won't pretend the world is fine when it clearly isn't. She notices Joel's notepad is always open but never written in. She doesn't comment. She just refills his cup and moves on. One Thursday morning, Joel's card is declined. He's miscalculated. An automatic payment he forgot went through the night before. It's only a $12 bill. $12. He stares at the card reader, and the particular shame of that moment, in a diner, in a corner booth, alone, is a specific and suffocating kind of humiliation. Priya glances over from behind the counter. She doesn't make it a scene. She just walks to the register, marks the ticket as settled, and when Joel tries to protest, she says simply, "You can square it up next time." Then she goes back to work as if nothing happened. Joel leaves $4, all the cash in his wallet, on the table and walks home fast, jaw tight, eyes forward. He sits on the edge of his bed for a long time after that. He pulls up Diane's number, types, "Hey, can I take Nora for the weekend?" Then deletes it. He doesn't want Diane to hear the wobble underneath it. He doesn't want Nora to see an apartment with an empty fridge. He opens the job board app. This time he actually applies. 3 positions: a security firm, a municipal transit authority, a warehouse on the east end of the city. He doesn't feel hopeful. He feels like a man doing the only thing he can think of next. He goes to sleep at 8 p.m. and wakes up at 3 a.m. and lies there until dawn. It's a Friday. Joel is back at Harwick's. He got there early. Couldn't stay in the apartment. The diner is half full. A couple sharing a newspaper, 2 construction workers eating fast before a shift, an older delivery driver nursing tea by the door. Joel has his notepad. He's been staring at a line he wrote the night before, a list titled, "Steps. Nora back by spring." There are 4 bullet points beneath it. None of them have check marks. A man settles into the booth across the aisle, not directly next to Joel, just close enough for casual awareness of each other. The man is around 36 or 37, looks like he works. With his hands, paint-stained jacket, worn boots, a tired but settled energy about him. He orders without looking at the menu. He notices Joel's notepad. They don't speak for several minutes. Then, without any particular preamble, no small talk, no setup, the man looks over briefly and says, in a tone that is neither pitying nor dramatic, simply matter of fact, "You're still making lists. That means you haven't given up. Most people stop making lists." Then he looks back at his coffee. That's it. That is the entire sentence. Joel doesn't respond immediately. He looks down at the notepad, at the 4 bullet points, at the unchecked boxes, at Nora's name written at the top of the page. He hadn't noticed he'd written it there, almost like a heading, almost like a reason. Something shifts. Not loudly, not with music or revelation. It's quieter than that. A small internal rearrangement, like furniture being moved 1 inch to the left. Just enough to let light through a crack that was previously sealed. His throat tightens. He blinks. He does not cry in Harwick's diner at 7:43 in the morning. But it is, genuinely, a near thing. When the man gets up to leave 20 minutes later, Joel says, "Thanks." The man nods once, not like someone who knows what he did, but like someone who was just being decent, and walks out. Priya comes, over to refill Joel's cup. She glances at the notepad. The check boxes are still empty, but Joel has added a 5th bullet point, and he's already circling it. Joel calls Diane that evening. Not to say everything is fine, to say, "I'm not okay yet, but I know what I'm doing next." Diane is quiet for a moment, then says, "Okay, that's enough." He takes the transit authority job when it comes through 2 weeks later. Not glamorous, shift-based scheduling work, but stable. Benefits, a union, a lunch break at the same time every day, which sounds small and is not small at all. He starts a savings folder on his phone labeled simply Nora's Room. He goes back to Harwick's every Thursday morning. Priya is almost always there. He pays his tab consistently now, and once, on a slow morning, she asks him what the notepad is for. He tells her about the lists, about the plan, about Nora. Priya listens like someone who has learned that listening is its own form of help. He never sees the man with the paint-stained jacket again. He doesn't know his name. He wouldn't know how to find him. And he doesn't think about it too hard, because some things arrive exactly as much as they need to, and no more. By late March, Nora's bed is in the apartment on Redfield Street. It has a proper frame now, not a mattress on the floor. Above it, taped carefully and evenly, are 7 of her horse drawings, the ones she'd saved for him, specifically, in a folder Diane brought over in a shoebox. Joel stands in the doorway of that small room on the first night Nora sleeps there. She's already asleep, one arm thrown over the blanket, utterly unbothered. He leans against the doorframe for a long time. He doesn't have a word for what he feels. He doesn't need one. Joel didn't need someone to fix his life. He needed one person to notice he was still trying, and to say so out loud, plainly, without ceremony. We pass people every day who are quietly keeping lists no one knows about. Lists that are the last thread between where they are and where they're trying to get to. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can offer someone isn't advice, or money, or a solution. It's just the simple acknowledgement that you see them still, showing up. The stranger never knew what he did. Joel has never forgotten it.